Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. It's only been 2.5 months, but we have returned to the scene of the crime. The ground where we won the Midland League Division 1 title on Saturday the 30th of April 2016. That's right, we are back here in Studley for round 3 of the Coventry United pre-season tour. Welcome to Hillz FM Matchday with yours truly, your host, the mouth of the Midlands, Liam Cook. And we are just minutes away from kick-off here at the Beehive, also known as the Studley Sport Centre. Now, I would say we are actually on the pitch where United won the Midland League Division 1 title, but unfortunately, we're not. There's no nets, there's no markings on the hallowed turf at the Beehive, so instead they've shifted us over to the artificial turf just next to the traditional playing surface. And, we've been on the pitch. It's not the best of surfaces. It's quite a bouncy playing surface, in all honesty. And it is the third time in 3 matches that United have played on an artificial surface in 3 pre-season games. So, of course, clubs wanted to protect their turf before the start of the league season. But so far, United are 1 for 1, a 3-1 victory at Studley, followed by a disappointing 4-2 defeat last week. It was last weekend, wasn't it? It was against Chelmsley, which was hosted at Coes Hill. And we've seen better performances, but at the end of the day, there are positives to take from that game, of course. And Luke Morton will be looking to make some improvements to the team ahead of his second and final match in charge of Coventry United, as Terry Anderson is set to return to the beautiful city of Coventry at the weekend. He'll be back for the match against Ashby Ivanhoe. And also we can give you some exclusive news now, just a confirmation from the Coventry United board that the match between Ashby Ivanhoe and Coventry United will be a behind closed doors game. No fans are going to be allowed in, but there is some good news though. We will be allowed in, so we'll be able to bring you live coverage of that match this weekend as well. So just to reiterate, there is no fans allowed at the Ashby Ivanhoe game this Saturday. It's executives and players only. It's a behind closed doors match, but Hillz FM Matchday has been granted access to the game, and we will be kicking off at 2:45 p.m. 2:45 p.m. Let's just say that. We are just literally minutes away from kick-off here at the Beehive. We are currently awaiting the arrival of our host, Studley. The Red and Green Army of Coventry United are all set to go. And let's go through the starting lineup for you right now. Starting in goal, we have number 1, Rich Morris. 2 is Pierre Moodim. 3, Tommy Glasgow. Number 4 is Gift Musa. Number 5, we have a trialist. Of course, we're not allowed to name the trialists on this programme. At number 6, we have Jamie Coleman. 7 is Kevin Thornton. Number 8 is Chris Cox. Number 9, Brian Unlove. Number 10 is Josh O'Grady. And number 11 is another trialist. And on the bench, we have number 12, Lee Little. 13, Rob Prinzel. 14, Jean Dacoury, 15, Keenan Palmer, 16, Lewis Ludford, and number 17. Now, it's a difficult one, all right? I've asked everyone around the club. No one seems to know his name. Basically, he's just known as Gilbert. No one seems to know whether it's his first name or his last name, but we're just going to call him Gilbert, all right? So that is the starting lineup for Coventry United this evening here at the Studley Sports Centre, and on what is the hottest day of 2016. Let's hope we see some red hot football here at the Beehive. And as they say, the early bee gets the honey. Let's hope that Coventry United are able to pick up a victory. Coventry City are also in action tonight. They are pretty much halfway through their match at Rugby Town. It is a Coventry City Select 11, so it's not the first team basically. They're just putting the kids out. But we will bring you updates of that match as and when we get them. We're currently searching up the scoreline for you now, and let's wait for the scoreline to come through. It's currently 1-1. So it's Rugby Town 1, Coventry City 1. The first goal came within the first 2 minutes for Rugby Town. What has been described as a miscommunication at the back for Coventry, and it was a goal for David Kolondinsky. I hope I've got that right. That was 1-0 to Rugby Town. 18 minutes later, And former Crystal Palace youngster Kyle Spence scored from 8 yards after a quick 1-2 with Jordan Shipley to make it 1-1. So the current score between Rugby Town and Coventry City is Rugby Town 1, the Coventry City 11-1. We are still waiting the arrival of today's host, Studley. In fact, I think they've just come to the pitch now. The referee is just, I believe he's just warming up, so we are still awaiting kick-off. We are now exactly 1 minute late. So I'll tell you what, the last two games that we've had here on Hillz FM Matchday, the two pre-season games, they've all kicked off early. The one night where I've had an early start and a late finish, we have to kick off late, eh? Right, we are nearly ready for kick-off here at Studley. And Graham, it would help if you turn the camera on. We are filming the game here on Hillz FM Matchday, simply for the purposes of United manager Terry Anderson, because as you know, rather than doing the hard graft here in Studley, he's sunning himself on a beach in Studley. They're over the beach in Studley, a beach in Spain, I should say, but he will be back for the match against Ashby Ivanhoe, which takes place this Saturday. The referee, along with his assistants, meeting in the centre circle, along with the teams of Coventry United and Studley. And Graham, will you get that bloody camera off me? I didn't do my hair today, all right, jeez. Typical, eh? He's filming the crowd now. Absolutely brilliant cameraman. Hey, stick to your day job. Of course, big thank you to Graham for filming today's match. Our usual cameraman has decided to go and have a little bit of football training, so we've had to draft in a makeshift replacement, and I emphasise the word makeshift. As Chris Cox meets with the referee, the assistants and the Studley captain in the centre circle. United, for the first time in pre-season, in their traditional red and green home strips. Of course, there is no new home shirt this season. We're sticking with the old strip, and you know, why not? It's a good kit. Studley in the white shirts and navy shorts and white socks. It's going to be Brian and Love to kick things off in the centre circle, along with one of the trialists, as Kevin Thornton goes and deals with a ball, an errant ball. And by the way, cheap plug alert, if you haven't heard the interview with myself and former Coventry City player Kevin Thornton, do go and check that out. It is on the Hillz FM Matchday YouTube channel. At last count, we had 195 views on that, so thank you so much to those who tuned in to that interview. And it was 18 minutes long, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Coventry United get ready to kick things off here at the Beehive. As the errant balls are cleared away, the players get themselves ready for kick-off. Coventry United 1 for 1 in pre-season. Can they put the pre-season tour back in their favour in terms of results? As Love, O'Grady and the trialist prepare in the centre circle, ready to kick things off here at the Beehive. The referee blows his whistle and we are underway. Live coverage of Studley versus Coventry United live on Hillz FM Matchday with Liam Cook, as Pierre Moodham has the ball in the right back position. Plays it to one of the trialists today, playing at centre back. United trying to get a couple of new options. Of course, with Callum Burgess out for the first 3 games with a suspension. A nice little through ball there towards the second trialist, the midfielder. It was eventually cleared by the Studley back line. And by the way, before we go any further, I'd just like to take this opportunity to wish Ben Valent speedy recovery. Ben actually fractured his leg during the 4-2 defeat against Chelmsley, and I've got to say I was very surprised there, because I was speaking to Ben on the team bus on the way back to Coventry. He seemed absolutely fine, He seemed to think it was just a little bit of a swelling on his leg, but it turns out it is a fractured leg, so he's going to be out for a while. So of course we send our best wishes to Ben Vance and wish him a very speedy recovery. His teammates have got a job to do tonight. They've got to learn more things about these new systems and formations that they're trying, these new tactics, and possibly even new teammates with two trialists in the red and green of Coventry United this evening, trying to earn contracts with the reigning Midland League Division 1 champions. Will any of them impress enough? A long ball towards one of them. Didn't quite get his head in it, the right back able to clear his lines. The ball down the line by the Studley man. And two former Coventry United men in the Studley lineup today, in Connell Farrell and Ben Stokes. But these United players have to put their friendships aside for today. Here's Josh O'Grady. Nicks the ball towards one of the trialists and it goes out. It trickles out of play for a throw-in. So of course we will keep you up to date with the latest goings on from the match between Rugby Town and Coventry City. At last count it was 1-1 between those two sides. As a Coventry City select 11 against Rugby Town. It's 1-1 in that fixture. Gift Musa tries to find O'Grady, the pass cut out well. And Musa trying to muscle his way back onto the ball, nearly completed his objective. But here comes Studley once again, cut out well by Glasgow as the through ball onto the right hand side was prevented. Studley passing around at the back now. Here is the Studley left back, long ball onto the left hand side. The trialist defender comes off to try and cover him, trying to force him out of play. The cross is blocked by the trialist. Quick throw in taken by Studley. Keeping up there by the left back, he won't do him any good. He's lost the ball. Cox unable to retrieve it. Long ball from the Studley defender. That will go harmlessly into the hands of Rich Morris, who will be hoping for a quieter afternoon. Conceded 3 times last time out against Chelmsley. For Lee Little conceded the 4th in spectacular style, I must say. United will certainly be wanting to quell the attacking threat as a long ball is played towards Kevin Thornton, and it's well caught there by the Studley man, the former Coventry City player, racing towards the box, but the goalkeeper right on the line was able to collect the ball and keep it away from Thornton. It was a very inviting ball, very hopeful ball. Maybe a taller player may have got his head on it. O'Grady, lovely through ball now to one of the trialist players. He's got Brian and Love in the centre, waiting for a cross. He instead plays it back to Josh O'Grady. Finds Cox. Moodham's making the run. Lovely ball to Pierre Moodham. He's got a man right behind him. He's got to try and find a cross here and strikes the near post. And it's just over the line. One of the trialist midfielder had a go and it was blocked on the line and just edged over the crossbar. Agonisingly close for Coventry United. First of all, Pierre Moodham striking the inside post with a brilliant effort. Then the trialist midfielder having a crack from close range, but blocked just before it was able to move itself over the goal line. And we are now getting ourselves ready for a corner kick to be taken by Josh O'Grady, last season's top scorer, towards the far post. Cox gets his head on it. Thornton's there and Love's there. No one can get a clean contact on it. And the trialist once again is there with a header, but it's caught on the line by the Studley goalkeeper. Clear attacking intent from Coventry United on the ground where they won the Midland League Division 1 title with a 3-0 victory last year. And this team is greatly improved since then. The additions of Kevin Thornton, of course, Brian and Love in brilliant form after a fantastic showing on Saturday. So let's see what the Red and Green Army can do. And Love cuts out a defensive pass by Studley, but the Bees are able to regain possession. Ball down line. Thornton cuts it out. Tries to find the trialist and does it the second attempt, but he's unable to keep the ball at his feet. And Love tries to get the ball back and Thornton finishes the job. Kevin Thornton. And after some strong appeals from the new Coventry United midfielder, the referee does give a free kick. Didn't look like he was initially going to give it, but he's eventually called for it. United have only just taken it. They did want to take it sooner. Thornton, and Love's being held off on the edge of the area, and Thornton is brought down. It's come to Love. He's offside, and Love missed the shot anyway. Went wide at the far post, but as Thornton was racing towards the area, he was tripped, and Love picked up the ball in an offside position, turned it and had a go. Unfortunately, it was off target, and it wouldn't have counted anyway because the linesman had raised her flag. The goalkeeper prepares to take this goal kick. Cut out well by Musa, but it's found its way onto the left-hand wing with Studley. Moodham tries a one-on-one challenge, but can't quite get the job done. Across goal! It's well saved by Morris, but it wasn't required. It was called offside. But once again, the man dubbed England's number one by the Coventry United faithful up to the test, even though it wasn't required. Remains 0-0 here at the Beehive between Studley and Coventry United. And the trialist there caught off guard there by a long pass by Jamie Coleman. Nearly let it go out for a throw-in. United able to retrieve the ball and play it back to Morris, who hoofs it up the right end of the pitch, chested down by O'Grady. Long ball by Chris Cox, and Love tries to get there first, but the goalkeeper able to smother the ball and quell the United attack. Studley will move away now as Moodham tries to win a throw and is successful. Playing the ball off the leg of the Studley man, and there is a goal between Rugby and Coventry City, and the Sky Blues have turned it around. It is now 2-1 to Coventry City, and it's young George Thomas who has grabbed the goal 5 minutes before half-time. So Rugby Town 1, Coventry City 2, George Thomas scoring the second goal after an equaliser from Kyle Spence in the 20th minute. Back to the scenes here at the Studley Sports Centre, also known as the Beehive. Chris Cox tries the ball to Kevin Thornton on the ground. It's well cut out, and the same fate befalls Studley, who tried to move forward, but it was called offside against the striker anyway. Glasgow finds the trialist midfielder. The touch wasn't quite there. You have the ball back with Glasgow once again. Of course, Tommy Glasgow was fantastic at left back for United in the closing weeks of last season. After a hamstring injury kept Valance out, he may now be required as Valance faces a few months on the sidelines with that fractured leg. And of course, Ali as well, the new signing from Ashby Ivanhoe, will be looking to cement his place in the team at the left back position. So a window of opportunity for the defensive players at Coventry United as Studley make a break down the right-hand side, crossing opportunity, and he's hit his own player in the back of the head with that cross, and in the process has been called offside, but it went out for a throw anyway. But they are going to give the free kick to Coventry United for the infringement. Around 10 minutes gone here at the Beehive. Score remains Studley 0, Coventry United 0. Cox has it in the centre circle, plays it back to Kevin Thornton, looking for some options. He's beat one, beat two, finds Josh O'Grady, is caught as he puts a through ball for Brian and Love. The referee calls it back for a free kick. And of course, Josh O'Grady is no stranger to hard challenges. He's probably United's biggest goal threat, scored over 30 goals last season for Coventry United, including one here at Studley, but that's a stupendous free kick. You have to take the free kick. Glasgow now on the left wing. Flicked on by the trialist. Glasgow wasn't expecting it, trying to be too fancy there. Well, one back there by Jamie Coleman. Glasgow picks it up back into the centre with Kevin Thornton. He may go in for himself here. He puts it into the area. It's offside against the trialist. But the goalkeeper has caught the ball anyway, and the referee will allow play to continue with the goalkeeper in possession of the ball. Someone going up rather than out. It's finds way into the centre circle. Coleman gets his head in it. Flicked forward by the Studley midfielder. Coleman heads it back to Rich Morris. Good defensive play there by Jamie Coleman. And Morris will play it to the trialist defender. Finds Chris Cox. Forced to play it back to the trialist. Hoofs it forward, and that's too powerful for Brian and Love just about. The goalkeeper able to claim it despite some good pressure from the veteran forward, putting an impressive half-hour display in the second half against Chelmsley on Saturday, has earned himself a recall to the starting lineup. Of course, Matt Brown unavailable for today. Antonio Williams not included in the first team, or Ben Mackey either. So a real chance for Brian Love to cement himself in the starting lineup for Coventry United. It's a window of opportunity for all players in pre-season, a chance for them to prove themselves. Gray tries a through ball from Moodham, cut out well by the Studley man. And here comes Studley. Moodham's out of position. He's got to try and get the ball off the defender, and he's done it beautifully. He caught the man on the way through, but he got the ball, and that's the main thing. Moodham plays it back to his trialist teammate, the defender. Gift Musa plays it back to the trialist. Moodham back to the trialist, and of course do remember that we are unable to name those players on trial for Coventry United at the request of the football club. O'Grady, he's got space. He's running into that space. He's got options in front of him, and he chose the wrong one. He was trying to find the trialist midfielder on the far left-hand side. The long pass was cut out by the Studley man, but United have it in their defensive zone. Tommy Glasgow is forced to play it back to Rich Morris in goal. Score remains 0-0 between Studley and Coventry United. Expectation, of course, are high heading into the new season for Coventry United as the ball is blasted out of play. It's gone out of the boundaries of the 3G pitch. Now one of the chairman, Jason Timms, have to go and fetch the ball. You don't see that in the Premier League, do you? You can imagine Roman Abramovich going to fetch the ball. You wouldn't hear of it, would you? The first attempt didn't quite get the ball over. He's just about got in the second attempt. Cracking chairman, average ball boy. United restart with Thornton. Now Josh O'Grady tries to find Cox, turns his man beautifully and finds Brian and Love. Crossing opportunity, lays it off for Cox. Whips it in towards the far post, a little bit too far for the trialist who's coming in. And Studley have it on the far corner. They're moving out of their defensive zone now as Thornton tries to win the ball back and forces a mistake from the Studley man. And it is I believe it's a throw-in. It's Coventry United. In fact, no, it's a corner. So we're giving us a corner kick. And Thornton with a crossing opportunity, lays it off for Josh O'Grady. He's got a man behind him, he's got to be careful here. Musa, Cox, lovely one-touch passing there. It's come back to Chris Cox on the edge of the area. Chris Cox blocked. It's come back to O'Grady. Crossing opportunity on the left-hand side. Now Thornton. Good progressive move here from Coventry United. Into the area now, Kevin Thornton. And it's a cross goal and just cleared in time by the defender as Brian and Love waited to gobble that one up. And it's gone out for another corner. But Coventry United are edging closer and closer and closer to that first goal. And after the defeat on Saturday, a victory will give them all the confidence in the world. Josh O'Grady goes onto the right-hand corner to take the corner kick. And a regular set-piece take of Coventry United whips it in. Didn't find any of his teammates there, and Studley are able to volley that one away. Good pressure from Coleman, but unable to win the ball back. They do force a mistake from the Studley central midfielder, who blasts it towards the touchline, out for a Coventry United throw inside their own half. Glasgow plays a short one to Jamie Coleman. Now Kevin Thornton. Still feels weird commentating on Kevin Thornton, it really does. O'Grady, now Moodham on the right wing. Beats one, he's got Cox in front of him, but Moodham's going all on his own here. He's got Unlove in front of him now. It's still Pierre Moodham. Just tried to do a little bit too much, and it's gone out for a Coventry United throw. Good clearance from the defender, Pierre Moodham. Once again, heading into enemy territory. And we saw quite a lot of that on Saturday, actually. Moodham racing forward, helping out attackingly, but you've also got to be careful about leaving that right flank exposed on the counter-attack. Thornton finds O'Grady. Tried to flick it back to Thornton, intercepted by the Studley man. Musa picks it up in the centre. A good side chance to try and win the ball back again, and Musa has got it back. Cox. Thornton May try one here. He does! Oh, just wide. What an effort there from Kevin Thornton. That was an absolute thunderbolt, and it just edged wide at the far post. Brilliant effort there from Kevin Thornton. What a goal that would have been. That would have been absolutely sensational. It just drifted wide. And the score remains at 0-0. Around 15 minutes gone here at the Beehive. Here's Josh O'Grady. Chips it forward for Brian and Love. Will he get there? No, he won't. It's headed back into the hands of the goalkeeper by one of his defenders. Plays it straight back to the defender. Glasgow being able to win the ball back. Here comes Studley now with an attack of their own. Something that we haven't seen too much of in today's game. Moodham cuts that through ball onto the left wing and finds Chris Cox. And a through ball now towards the try-less midfielder. He's onside, he's got space, he's got O'Grady and Love in the centre. Tries to cross straight into the hands of the goalkeeper at the near post. Disappointing there for Coventry United. A promising move comes to an end. Studley tried to clear their lines now. Moodham gets his bonce on it. And here's the skipper, Chris Cox. Can't find Musa, but Musa does eventually get it after a touch from the Studley player. Took away from him. It's Thornton. Forced the player back now to Jamie Coleman in defence. Finds Tommy Glasgow at left back. Beats one, finds Josh O'Grady now. Musa, Glasgow making the run on the left wing. Plays it straight back to Josh O'Grady. O'Grady looking for some options now. He finds Kevin Thornton. United hitting a little bit of a brick wall here. Just waiting for an opportunity to break through that Studley midfield. Thornton tries a 1-2 with Musa. Doesn't quite work out. The through ball for the Studley man is cut out by Coleman, but the big Studley striker using his size and his power to win the ball back from Coleman. Great work there from the home side to regain possession. Played down line. Studley still an opportunity. Losing Thornton there. Ball into the area, and that will go straight into the grateful gloves of Rich Morris. As the young Coventry United protege Lee Little watches on from the touchline. And it's expected that he will come on during the second half for his second appearance for Coventry United. Big shout out to Alan Howe as well, who has said there's only one Liam Cook. And let's just say, I'm glad that there isn't two. Otherwise I'd be out of a job, because the other one probably do a better job than me. As Chris Cox picks it up in the corner, forced off the ball by the Studley man, and the assistant gives a goal kick. You're tuned into Hillz FM Matchday with Liam Cook, live on YouTube. Live coverage of Studley versus Coventry United. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at MatchdayHills. Anything you'd like to say about tonight's game. O'Grady looking for a little bit of space now as he tries to create an opportunity. Tries the ball to Thornton and loses it. A slip from the Studley defender gives United the ball back once again. And Love. Here's Josh O'Grady into the area now. Brian and Love. 1-1 with the goalkeeper. He's completely skewed that one. Brilliant position there for the veteran striker. But at the near post, he has completely mishit it. And it's gone out for a goal kick. You felt that was the moment. That really was the moment for Coventry United. And after a decent display so far from and Love, the finish just wasn't there. Half-time score from the other match that we're covering today. Coventry City lead by 2-1 at Rugby Town in their pre-season match. As Coventry United look to reflect their sky blue rivals' form. O'Grady plays it into the area now. Pierre Moodham towards the far post. Brian and Love can't control it. Shooting opportunity for Thornton. Finds Brian and Love, just waiting to pull the trigger. Squares it. Kevin Thornton into the net. Second game, first goal. Kevin Thornton off the mark. The ball into the area by Josh O'Grady. United were just waiting to pull the trigger. Thornton, then and Love, then Thornton, then and Love. Back to Thornton. Boom, straight into the bottom corner. And Coventry United have the first goal. The man they called the Ginger Assassin at Coventry City is off the mark in the colours of Coventry United. And that makes it Studley 0, Coventry United 1. So roughly 20 minutes gone. And we have our first goal here at the Beehive. As the players take a well-earned drinks break. Of course, today is the hottest day of the year. It has cooled down significantly, I've got to say. It was 33 degrees at one point today. It certainly felt 33 degrees when we got here at the Beehive, but as the sun has gone just about below the horizon, I'd say, it has got significantly cooler. It's about the right temperature now. It's about the right temperature for commentating anyway. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a quick break myself and I'm going to have a quick drink, alright? So excuse me while I go silent for a second. And we are set to go once again. Here at the Beehive. Coventry United have just scored. Kevin Thornton with his first goal for the red and green side of Coventry. And we are underway for I was about to say the second half then. We're back underway after the first goal. Score is Studley 0, Coventry United 1. As Cox puts a long ball forward. United unable to retain possession. Glasgow picks it up in defence. Now Thornton. Gift Musa, looking for a passing opportunity, unable to find Thornton. Now Studley have it back in their defensive zone. Studley just playing it around at the back. Going to try and get us away here with United closing in. Hoofed away by the defender. Coleman gets his head in it. The trialist ensures that it won't be causing United any immediate danger. Launched into the area, it was no one there for Studley. Moodham should deal with this one. Boom! Look at that volley straight into the other half. It's played back into the hands of the goalkeeper for Studley, and they can rebuild from the back. Thornton tries to win it back immediately. It's played onto the left-hand side now. Plenty of space, plenty of time for the Studley left back. Tries a through ball, cut out well by Moodham. He's able to retain possession, finds Josh O'Grady. Holds play up well. Long ball to the left-hand side of the trialist. Just able to control it with his chest. Now Glasgow. Thornton. Long ball finds Unlove. Able to control it. Studley have it back. Glasgow tries to win it back. Unable to do so. The Studley man has it. And now here comes Studley, trying to put some attacking pressure on Coventry United. Glasgow intercepts. Coleman hoops it away towards Kevin Thornton. Now Gift Musa, he's got O'Grady in front of him, finds Josh O'Grady. Moodham's in space on the right and finds Pierre Moodham, who's been fantastic today. And Love's waiting. Still Pierre Moodham, going on one of those little wild runs that we've seen from him recently. And it's gone out for a throw-in now, Coventry United. And Pierre Moodham is getting ready to take this one. As there's actually going to be a change for Studley. They're actually switching goalkeepers. So the goalkeeper in the orange jersey was replaced by a goalkeeper in a pink jersey. Referee's waiting for the OK from the dugout. The dugouts are all happy to go. United take the throw-in. Cox is crowded out, but still manages to find Pierre Moodham. Looks to put in the cross. Moodham does put in the cross. Love strikes the crossbar. Header from close range. Strikes the upright. And once again, Brian and Love agonisingly close. Studley regroup with a goal kick. Cut out well by Cox. Tries to find Love with a header. But Studley have it back. United defender, the trialist, manages to play it upfield, but once again, no one in red and green can pick it up. Studley just biding their time, putting in the cross. United able to deal with it, but it's come out once again to Studley. Moodham and Musa on the right-hand side trying to deal with this one. Cross is put in, and you're not going to catch Rich Morris out with a cross like that. Easily to the gloves of the goalkeeper. O'Grady forced off the ball. Good pressure there from the home side. Plenty of time on the ball for Studley. Good ball to the right-hand side with the right back, and the pressure from the United trialist is put into the area. No one's caught him yet. It's fired over the crossbar by the number 6. United waiting for a new ball to be introduced. Goal is taken. Cox picks it up in the centre. Just able to keep it in, plays down line. In fact, the linesman has said no, that's gone out. United have the ball once again, a throw in after a failed Studley attack. Moodham will take. Throw in towards Unlove, cut out, but it's found Kevin Thornton in the centre circle. Tries to find Gift Musa. Musa tries to find Unlove, but the striker just a little bit too slow with that one. Now Studley break on the right hand side. Tremendous run here by the Studley right back. Glasgow comes across. Just able to keep him out, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Brilliant defensive pressure there from the makeshift left back, Tommy Glasgow. Much like the end of last season, forced to fill in at left back for the injured Ben Valance. passing it around in the centre. Around half an hour gone at the Beehive, another 15 minutes until half time. Here's Thornton. Through ball looking for Cox, great slide challenge there from the Studley defender, and a foul given against Brian and Love for a little bit of a push on the Studley man. The Bees try and clear their lines, but Glasgow intercepts. Ball onto the left-hand side, finds the trialist midfielder in plenty of space. And Love in the centre, tries to find and Love, cut out well at the near post by the Studley man. The trialist has it back once again, but the pass is wayward. Thornton able to cut off the run of the Studley man and win the ball back. Now Moodim. Back to Thornton, plenty of time for the United man. Strides forward, beats one. Ball into the area, it's come back to Thornton. It's cleared by Studley after Thornton tried to put it into the area. It was blocked well. And Thornton's control on the rebound let him down. But, so far a strong performance from the United new boy. It's going out for a throw in now and another new ball is required. Studley clear their lines. United pick it up in the defensive area once again. Played back to Rich Morris in goal. Morris taking his time here. Plays it to the trialist defender who's had a strong showing so far. Thornton. Now Musa. Plays it forward to Chris Cock. He's forced back and finds Thornton once again. Into the centre circle with Gift Musa, Jamie Coleman. A long ball towards O'Grady on the ground, just about cut out by the Studley defender. And a long lofted ball towards the number 6 on the left side for Studley. Moodim tries to pressure him off the ball, but no success so far. At the second attempt, he's done it beautifully. Coxon able to get the loose ball, and Studley have it once again in their own half. A strong display from Coventry United so far. Certainly a lot more solid at the back. They've been pushing forward all through the game. It's surprising that they've only got one goal so far. Brian Love with a couple of brilliant opportunities. Pierre Moodim as well striking the post. It's been a very sound display from the Red Green Army. Against a team that they beat twice last season. Musa plays it to Josh O'Grady. Moodim's in space on the right, finds Pierre Moodim. Still going, made a brilliant little run there. Plays it to Love. Oh, he tried to let it off to O'Grady. And Love's won it back. And now Thornton, still going with the ball on the edge of the area. Still Kevin Thornton. Finds the trialist, has a go at goal, saved by the goalkeeper, but offside against the trialist. And once again, Kevin Thornton proving a valuable attacking asset for the visitors. Score remains 1-0 to Coventry United. United have the ball in their own defensive zone as Morris receives the ball. It was shepherded back into the goalkeeper's clutches by Gift Musa after a half-hearted Studley attack. Coleman, now Glasgow, plays into the centre with Chris Cox, back to Glasgow on the left wing. Now Josh O'Grady tries the ball to Brian and Love. He's held off well by the defender and the goalkeeper able to tap the ball out of Love's reach. He's got to try and get back in his line now after he ran out into open play. Thornton nearly won the ball back. A long lofted ball onto the right wing for Studley. And Glasgow able to just nick it away. Now Josh O'Grady. Got options on the left, right and behind him. He finds the trialist defender at number 11. Now Thornton, is he going to go for another one here? It's Josh O'Grady. He's lost the ball. As United look to get into the area once again. Around 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Scoreline remains Studley 0, Coventry United 1. Studley concede a throw-in inside their own half. Pierre Moodham comes across to take it after a failed long pass across the pitch. Finds Josh O'Grady. Into the centre circle with Jamie Coleman. Good first touch taken away from the Studley attacker. O'Grady under pressure from behind. And lays it off to Pierre Moodham as United look to regroup and they play it back to Rich Morris. Time to rethink their strategy for this move as the floodlights at the Beehive come on. First time that we've seen floodlights this season. Glasgow, good side challenge there, taking it to Kevin Thornton. Striding forward well. Across the pitch to O'Grady and finds Moodham in acres of space. Pierre Moodham into the area, takes it wide, across goal. Good save with the feet of the goalkeeper and out for a throw-in. Pierre Moodham has really been showing his attacking side of his game today. It's going to be Moodham to take the throw-in. Down line to Kevin Thornton. Back to Moodham. Back to Thornton. In fact, taking it away from the midfielder a little bit. He's forced to play a long ball into the centre circle with Glasgow. Now Coleman back to Glasgow. He runs into the open space. He's got the trialist midfielder on the left-hand side and finds him. Still going. Plays it into the area towards O'Grady. The pass was wayward. Goes straight to the feet of the Studley midfielder. Cox tries to win it back and O'Grady eventually picks up the loose ball, tries to find Unlove, and Love's got it. Finds an option in Chris Cox. Lofted ball into the area now, Josh O'Grady, he's got his back to goal, he's got to try and find a crossing option here into the area, crosses it across the goal, it's tipped away by the goalkeeper and cleared. But here's Glasgow once again, so you have to try and make a move and the midfielder cuts out the low pass. Once again, Glasgow tries to win the ball back, but this time can't do it fairly and commits the foul. And Coventry City are back underway in their match against Rugby Town. It remains 2-1 there. A Studley trial long ball forward, and it's worked out well. The number 6 midfielder picking it out and Moodham able to tap it away, and it's cleared by the trialist defender. Moose's header only finds a Studley midfielder. Glasgow finishes the job. And here's the trialist midfielder who's had a decent showing so far. It's put out for a Coventry United throw on the halfway line. United have a free kick here for a foul on Gift Musa. O'Grady has it in the centre circle. Now Pierre Moodham. Kevin Thornton. Striding forward, looking for some options. He's found Pierre Moodham on the right-hand side. Cox wants it forward. Moodham can't beat his man. Tries to win it back. May want to think about trying to get back here. It's played to the goalkeeper. And Moodham tries to win it back. He nearly did so. The midfielder has it. He just couldn't control it as it came into the area. Coleman's low ball towards Josh O'Grady. May try a spectacular one here. Takes it past one midfielder. Can't take it past two. Studley have it in their own half. Long ball goes straight to Rich Morris, goalkeeper, who has, of course, signed a new one-year contract with Coventry United in the past week. Glasgow. Now Coleman United playing it across their defence. Here's the trialist wearing the number 5 shirt. Moodin, surrounded by white shirts here, finds Musa, unloved. Moodin making the run. He finds Gift Musa. Now Joshua Green, a very compact midfield right now, restricting United as to what they can do, and eventually Unlove loses it. Musa gets stuck in there and takes the ball with him. Kevin Thornton needs some support and lays it off for Chris Cox. Just able to get there before the defender does. Thornton still going into the penalty area. Could be number 2 for Thornton. Lays it across goal, and there is number 2, and it's put in by Chris Cox. And once again, Kevin Thornton at the heart of the attack into the area, crosses it. Simple control for Cox, and he fires it in to the far corner. 2-0 to Coventry United. The skipper is off the mark in pre-season. And for the second time today, Kevin Thornton is proving to be a valuable attacking asset for the Red and Green Army. An impressive display on his debut against Chelmsley, and now he's got a goal and an assist in his second match for the Red and Green Army. We're going to be going into half-time in just a few minutes' time, about 5 minutes, including added time. So we are going to be taking a short break at half-time, as we always do, to change the laptop battery. Give Musa. Lays it up to Pierre Moudin. He's playing it around at the back, just trying to conserve a little bit of energy here. There will be a couple of changes made at half-time. Coleman now, Glasgow. Kevin Thornton. Now Chris Cox. He's lost it now. Studley try and build an attack, and Coleman able to nick the ball away. Pierre Moudin now on the right side. Back into the centre with the tries defender. He tries to play back to Gift Musa, who was completely unaware that the pass was coming. United have lost the ball now, but Thornton able to shepherd the ball away from the Studley man in the centre of the pitch. Just a lapse of concentration there for Gift Musa. And Love lays it off for Thornton. And a lofted ball towards the trialist midfielder, and the lineswoman has called offside against Coventry United. Studley will take this free kick. It's into the area now, it's offside, and it's missed anyway by the number 6. I believe that Rich Morris did get a hand to it, but it was offside against the Studley man. Thornton plays it across to Tommy Glasgow. Long low ball to Joshua Green, and Musa couldn't quite get there. And Studley have it back. Once again, played it back to the goalkeeper as Love races towards him. Able to get it away. Now it's the left back with possession of the ball. Cox gets a touch on the ball, but can't prevent it from going to the Studley attacker. Crossing on Tuesday on the left hand side for the Bees. And Moudin once again able to win it back. Hoof it down line. Grady couldn't quite get there, and Studley with possession in their defensive zone once again. And the referee calls for a free kick against Studley. Foul on Gift Musa. We are expecting the referee's half-time whistle very soon. Shouldn't be too much added time. We did have a short drinks break. That's about as far as the added time will go. It's Thornton. Long ball to the right hand side, finds Moodim, able to keep it in. Pierre Moodim forced into the corner. Lovely ball to Chris Cox. Moodim's got to try and get himself in an onside position here. Cox forced into the corner. Still Chris Cox. Finds Kevin Thornton. And Thornton is forced down. Referee says no foul. And Thornton looks bemused as to why it wasn't given. And here comes Studley. The ball down the left-hand wing. Here comes the number 5 up from defence. Through ball to the number 6 on the left wing. And the cross towards the far post, and it's put out for a corner by Tommy Glasgow. He couldn't take any chances there. It will be a corner kick. And there are going to be a couple of changes here for Studley, in fact 2 of them. It's the number 16 who's coming off. The number 7 who originally started in midfield is switching over to left back. They're still waiting the corner. Puts in at the near post. United able to clear the lines, but here comes the substitute with a low drive, blocked well by Brian and Love. And number 6 puts it in once again towards the far post, and it's gone straight out for a goal kick. Morris gathers the ball and gets ready to launch it forward. And United have immediately won themselves a throw-in on the halfway line. And the referee calls proceedings to a halt for the first half. A strong display from Coventry United so far. Certainly an improvement on the 4-2 defeat that we saw on Saturday. Half-time score, Studley 0, Coventry United 2. Kevin Thornton at the heart of the action for both goals, scoring the first and creating the other. We're going to take a short break now on Hillz FM Matchday. We'll be back with you in about 10 minutes' time as we get set for the second half here in Studley. Don't go anywhere.